Hi guys, welcome to the second part of MCQs on Shakespeare based on Routledge. The first question is, Shakespeare's language that came in the year 2000 notes how in Hamlet there is a preoccupation with a particular grammatical pattern of doubling. It is a work by A. Frank Kermode, B. Doris Lessing, C. Simon Armitage or D. J.K. K. The answer is A. Frank Kermode. What is the stanza form of the poem Venus and Adonis? A. Iambic pentameter, B. Sesta rima, C. Ottava rima or D. Iambic hexameter. The answer is B. Sesta rima. This work is a long poem inspired by and allegorizing stories in Ovid's Metamorphoses. Shakespeare's poem tells the tale of Venus, goddess of love, and her attempts to seduce Adonis, a handsome young man who prefers hunting to romance, and who does not reciprocate Venus's unrequited love. Edmund Spenser, best known for The Fairy Queen, popularized the sesta rima form of verse in which this poem is written. It is basically a quatrain followed by a rhyming couplet. Moving on to the next question. Shakespeare satirized the overuse of formal Latinate diction through which of his characters in Love's Labour's Lost? A. Costard, B. Dull, C. Holofernes or D. Don Adriano de Armado. The answer is C. Holofernes. Holofernes in Love's Labour Lost is a pedant or school teacher. He mixes in a good deal of Latin phrases into his everyday conversation and is rather arrogant in his ostentatious learning. He exemplifies traditional education and book learning, and though he considers himself to be probably the most intelligent person in the play, he is easily outwitted by the supposedly simple page Mote. Moving on, the following lines are from which play? When we are born, we cry that we are come to this great stage of fools. A. All is well that ends well, B. A Midsummer Night's Dream, C. Tempest or D. King Lear. The answer is D. King Lear. The fools to whom Lear is referring are human beings in general. By this stage of the play, Lear has become very cynical about the world and everything in it. Ironically, this is largely a result of his own foolishness in dividing his kingdom among his daughters. In 1709, one of the first editors of Shakespeare's works imposed a pattern of structural order on the works. Who is that editor? A. Samuel Johnson, B. Allen Tote, C. Nicholas Rowe or D. Henry Condell. The answer is C. Nicholas Rowe. This confirms his own age's concern with order and propriety rather than stressing Shakespeare's formal innovations and experiments. It was also Rowe who for the first time added many stage directions and gave some indication of the location of scenes. Match the plays with the primary themes they deal with. Well, we must be aware of the themes Shakespeare plays, at least in a line, Shakespeare's plays deal with. So you have a few themes like the theme of revenge and family duty, sexual corruption and the bounds of justice, jealousy and misanthropy or rejection of the world. Let's check the answer. It is D, that is theme of revenge and family duty. We find it in Hamlet. Sexual corruption and the bounds of justice in Measure for Measure, jealousy in Othello and misanthropy in Timon of Athens. Who speaks the line in Othello? But I do think it is their husband's fault if wives do fall. A. Desdemona, B. Iago, C. Emilia or D. Othello himself. The answer is C. Emilia. There is a questioning of the male-female roles here as in so much of Shakespeare. The following lines are from If it were done when it is done, then it were well if were done quickly. A. Macbeth, B. Hamlet, C. Othello or D. King Lear. The answer is A. Macbeth. Shakespeare's female roles were always played by boys, who commented on this practice wryly that I shall see some squeaking Cleopatra by my greatness. A. Queen Elizabeth, B. Cleopatra, C. Henry Howard, Earl of Surrey or D. Ephra Ben. The answer is B. Cleopatra. What is the rhyming scheme used by Shakespeare in his sonnets? The answer is C, that is AB, AB, CD, CD, EF, EF, GG. The following lines are from There is a special providence in the fall of a sparrow. Readiness is all. A. Macbeth, B. Love's Labour Lost, C. Timon of Athens or D. Hamlet. The answer is D. Hamlet. Which character in King Lear says ripeness is all? A. Edmund, B. Edgar, C. Gloucester, or D. King Lear himself? The answer is B. Edgar. He is the legitimate son and the good son. Which Shakespearean character describes life as but a walking shadow, a poor player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage and then is heard no more? A. Hamlet, B. Othello, C. King Lear, or D. Macbeth? The answer is D. Macbeth. Identify the sonnet. When in disgrace with fortune and men's eyes, I all alone bewail my outcast state, and trouble deaf heaven with my bootless cries, and look upon myself and curse my fate. Sonnet 144, 29, 46, or 57? The answer is B. Sonnet 29. This is the complete sonnet. You can pause the video and read it. Moving on, these lines are from this blow might be the be all and the end all here, but here upon this bank and shoal of time we would jump the life to come. A. Macbeth, B. King Lear, C. Hamlet, or D. Othello? The answer is A. Macbeth. Which of the following plays are written in collaboration with John Fletcher? Much Ado About Nothing, The History of Cardenio, King Henry VIII, or The Two Noble Kinsmen? The answer is D. 2 and 4, that is The History of Cardenio and The Two Noble Kinsmen. That is it for today. You can leave your doubts in the comment section below. Till then, happy learning.